Hi, and welcome to today's lesson on annotation. It's a brief introduction. So what does it mean to annotate? If you are Merriam-Webster, the dictionary guys, they said that annotation is the act of adding notes or adding comments to something. Notice, it didn't say underlining, it didn't say highlighting. It said adding notes or adding comments, and that's the important piece of annotation. If you just highlight, all you're doing is you're making it colorful, and we call that coloring. And that's not what we're after. We want you to gain understanding and gain comprehension of the piece you're reading. And therefore, if you are just highlighting, you're not getting at your thinking as you're reading. Which leads us right into the purpose of annotation. At this time, if you will pause the video, I want you to think of two things that the students get out of annotation, and two things that the teacher gets out of the students annotating. You're going to make this list and we will discuss it in class. So right now pause and think about what's the purpose of annotation for students and what's the purpose of annotation for teachers. What would someone annotate? Would you annotate dates or important material? I'm sure that's your answer. But don't forget that annotation is adding comments or adding thoughts and notes. So you want to make sure that you're adding things in the margin. Maybe you're going to add your reaction, that you're surprised or you're angry. You can add whether you agree or disagree. You can add why. Please tell why you agree or disagree briefly. That doesn't have to be a long paragraph. You can also add things that you connect to. What are you thinking about as you're reading and marking up this piece? We will also talk about this and make sure you've got a nice list, because this will become your list when you get stuck. So if you have to annotate a piece, you're going to get out this list, and if you get stuck annotating, you'll then know what to do. Why is highlighting alone not enough? I've already talked about this a piece, but if all you've done is highlight or underline things in text, then that's all you've got. You don't remember your reactions, you don't remember your thinking. And annotating is all about noting what you're thinking while you're reading and trying to make meaning. Good annotation should look as if you've written all over your page. It should have some of your ideas in the margins, and we should be able to tell that you've spent some time actively reading the whole piece. How do you annotate? What strategies do you use? Do you read it all the way through and then go back and annotate it? Do you read a paragraph and then go back and annotate that paragraph? Or do you just simply annotate as you read and mark things as you go? Any of these ways is acceptable. There is no right or wrong way to do this, but you need to do something. You need to make sure that you're reading and trying to make meaning of what you're reading, and that your annotation should show that thinking. That's today's lesson on annotation, and we'll be talking more about this in class. Thanks for your time.